On this episode of Sailing Trinity, we leave Beaufort, South Carolina and head north to Charleston.
If you go to North Myrtle, go to OD Arcade. And see Mitch Ragsdale and say Kyle sent you.
So we're approaching the Ladies Island swing bridge. I just called them on the radio and let them know who we are, what kind of boat we were in, what color our canvas was so they could recognize us. Yeah, so we have gone through the bridge once and made it past, and we're cruising with the current, making good 7 knots. And I realized that we fueled the boat and pumped out the tank, but I forgot to fuel all my spare fuel cans. And we have to anchor tonight and head to Charleston tomorrow. There are no fuel docks between us and Charleston. So if I hadn't remembered that we needed fuel in the cans, then we would be out of fuel. Calling AAA, which not really AAA, but CETO. But yeah, my absent-mindedness or focus on other things, I forgot the tanks, and they're right there. How can I forget that?
We're officially stopping traffic.
Yeah, we're stopping traffic again.
We do fill up the tanks and leave the dock. We got to do this again.
Yeah, we got to do this again. 3 trips through the Ladies Island swing bridge. Sorry about that. I'll be back just in a few minutes. Oh, look at the osprey nest.
I'm walking to the coffee store to get another cup of coffee. We had to do a U-turn in the intercoastal and come back and fill up the gas tank. I feel as humans, one of the biggest lessons we have to learn in life is to go with the flow and to not get upset when things don't necessarily go the way we think they should. When things don't go the way you want them to, I think it's just our human nature to want to get upset. As we learn and mature and grow, is to learn how not to get upset and realize that whatever is happening is probably happening for your benefit, even if it doesn't feel like it at that time. That down the road, it's for your best, even if it doesn't feel like it. We're learning a lot. There's a lot of challenging moments, and it's a great opportunity to practice mindfulness. It's harder than it sounds. The Beaufort waterfront, look at that. Beautiful little place.
Ladies Island swing bridge, Ladies Island swing bridge, sailing vessel Trinity requesting an opening.
Attention, Ladies Island bridge is preparing to open. Requesting vessels, please remain outside the fence until the bridge is fully open. Do you copy, Captain?
Copy that, Ladies Island.
You sure you have everything now?
Yes, ma'am. Double checked it with my wife. So the swing bridge is opening, and I thought we were going too slow because I'm trying to be quick about it. So I increased the throttle a little bit. Captain Robin, who is at the helm and in charge of the boat, just scolded me like I would have scolded her. So she is completely within her rights to do that, and I am soon to be keel hauled. If you don't know what keel hauling is, look it up. She's probably going to do that to me if I make one more touch of her tools. Right, you're the best. Thank you. Ladies Island, sailing vessel, Trinity's all clear.
10-4, Captain. Safe travels.
Thank you so much. Out. How's that?
Well, we're right now cruising at 8.1 knots, so let's see if we pick up. 8.2.
Rourke, the guy we met, said practice reefing. So to reef a Genoa, a furling Genoa, you just don't unfurl it completely all the way. And so that's what I did, is I've got it out, but you can see that it's still wrapped up. And it looks like it's trimmed pretty nicely. You can see the telltale, wind's coming about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then the sail full of air, nicely full of air. So it looks like I did it right.
Good job. Brian is navigating us through what he calls a narrow cut. Very shallow, very narrow, very wild. There's no houses. Like 4 feet deep here.
Yeah, going against the current.
Oh man.
And
It goes against my religion to go against the current.
we're going against the current. We were told at the fuel dock that this particular cut, I think it's Fenwick cut, I'm not sure, has a strong current, and we were at 7.5 knots, and now we're down to 4.5. Okay, we are cruising through Watts Cut at low tide. Did not want to do this. Captain Robbins reporting depths of 2.5 feet. Is that right? And our draft is documented at 4 feet, and you can feel us cutting through the mud. The shore is right there. This was one of the things that made me the most nervous, was coming through here, no experience, low tide, and running aground. Well, Captain Robbins running through the ground, not aground. She's doing a great job. That's how close we are. That's about 30 feet. I'm very thankful there's no other boats coming through here right now. I don't know what we do. And we've passed several sailboats and power boats heading south. Breezy. And it's chilly. It's chilly. We're taking 2-hour shifts in the cockpit because it gets to a point you're tired of sitting there in the wind and in the cold, and you got to go below and warm up. Oh, we are on the ground. We are dragging through the ground. She plowed it through. She plowed through. Great job, Captain. We were plowing through the ground right there. It's almost over. Around this bend, we're out of the cut. We'll be entering the North Edisto River. Wow, that was crazy. We almost got stuck and would have had to have waited for high tide. And it's low tide, so it would have been sometime tonight when we were able to float. Trinity and her little diesel did great. She powered right through it. She is very happy to be out here and very happy to have left Hilton Head. She told us both that this morning. This has been an exciting day. We left the fuel dock and had to turn around because we didn't get all the fuel I needed, or we needed. Plowed through some mud several times on a couple of these cuts. I went through some low spots in the Fenwick cut, and our shift ended right before my shift ended right before Watts cut, and Robin had to handle it. She did great, drove right through it. We haven't been able to sail today. The waterway has been quite twisty. Lots of lefts and rights. The sail went up once early and then they had to bring it down because we started making a lot of switchbacks through those cuts.
You good?
Yeah, we're good. I just put out an extra 20 feet of road because the tide will rise and decrease our scope, so we've got plenty to allow for the increase in tide, so we're good.
Our first night at anchor in this beautiful, calm water, we just enjoyed the sound of the dolphins and the loons and relaxed.
Good morning. We made it. Our first anchorage without an emergency. Started out great. Calm water, clear skies, no wind. Woke up at 2 a.m. to what sounded like howling winds. I got up, went outside to see if the anchor was holding. It did. The wind spun us around 180 degrees. The water is quite wavy today.
I can see white caps.
Yeah, we can see white caps. It's sustained 15 to 20, gusting probably 25, and 39 degrees when we awoke, 55 or so degrees inside the cabin.
You can see my breath?
Yeah, we can see our breath. And so we're heading to Charleston. So when we anchored last night, our bow was facing that position, and now we are 180 degrees in the other direction. That's what woke us last night.
And it's still cold. We're approaching Wapu Bridge. This is the entrance into the Charleston Bay. Ooh, there's a dolphin right in front of us. On the way down here, we've been cruising, and I realized how much I enjoy seeing different aspects of the country and traveling. Things I haven't seen before. So yeah, like I was saying, anyway, seeing all the different parts of the country that I haven't seen before is amazing. There's so much to see. This is going to be a really exciting adventure, this boat.
That was beautiful.
So that was my mad docking skills. I avoided catastrophe amongst all this money. You see this big boat behind me? It's coming in here, and I thought that the wind and the current was going to blow me right into it.
That was brilliant.
Wait, say that again?
That docking was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You hit reverse at the right time.
I think I might know what I'm doing.
Captain Robin just docked us at the Charleston City Marina, and it was a spectacular docking. I've read horror stories about people docking here. Back in December, I started reading about it, and the currents and the wind caused so much chaos here that it's just nightmare. And as you saw, we were going through $1 million worth of yachts, and our little $50,000 yacht, and there's $1 million yachts to each side of ours.
Smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter. And you'll see when we get out, how she just slid it right in, and the dockhand said looked like we were pros. He could not believe it was only our second marina stop. So Yeah, pretty amazing.
Oh, look, the dolphin's just right there. This boat costs $40 million and costs $5 million a year to run. And they have 3 tenders. They have a tender, and they have a tender for the tender, and they have a tender for the tender. And it's all parked right here. Little masterpiece. Our boat doesn't look that great after walking down Mega Yacht Row.
It's better than mine.
Pretty girl.
Yeah, pretty.
What you eating?
Oh, I'm eating a delicious Indian bowl with noodles that Robin put together. Captain Robin. Maybe it's a pad thai. Maybe it's a curry. It's a little of all of it with cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, some shirataki noodles, and avocado. It's just amazing. So, yes, it's delicious after a day of cruising and sightseeing Charleston. Thank you, baby.
Hey there.
Hey.
Sunday night, getting ready for bed, and I'm tired because it's been a long day. It was a good cruise. We left at 8 a.m. and we cruised in here about 12:30, so 4.5 hours. The only real issue was the wind. Other than that, it was smooth sailing, no problems.
Cold wind. It's a sailboat, so wind is good, but it was cold today.
Cold wind, yes. What was it? 39 degrees this morning when we left, and then 15 mile per hour sustained winds, and the water had white caps and swells.
Yep.
But we muscled through it.
Yep.
We split the shifts, 2 hours, 2 hours. Once we got to Charleston, and we were circling the dock trying to figure out how to get into the marina. That was a little touch and go for a few minutes, but we sailed right in, which the footage will show it was no problem at all, which this marina provided us showers and a shuttle. The shuttle picked us up at our boat, took us out where we met a van, and the van took us into town, dropped us off where we were able to see all the sights, eat some lunch, and tour the city, and then they picked us up.
Yeah.
And brought us back. That was a really nice feature. So the plan is to leave early in the morning, like 8, not too early, and push through to Georgetown.
There is a lot of shoaling sandbars between here and Georgetown. A lot. Yesterday we plowed through with a 4-foot draft, and the depth sounder was reading 2.5 feet.
Oh, yes, 2.5 feet.
Right.
We cannot do that.
So we plowed through the mud yesterday. So, but I've got Bob 423's long track, and we'll follow Bob's tracks. He has sounded the area, and his tracks get us through the deeper water. It's been a great trip so far. And if we get stuck, we'll just wait for the water to come in, and we may not make Georgetown. So
We won't get stuck.
no, we won't get stuck.
Not gonna get stuck. We did have an amazing dinner. This is the first night we've cooked on the boat.
Yes.
First night we've cooked on the boat. We used the stove.
The
It worked.
propane stove worked great.
Chopped up some vegetables, steamed them,
It was so good.
topped it with some avocado.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked well.
Yeah, it was really good. So
The only problem is the cleanup. The sink's not working still. Just wishing we had some chocolate chip cookies, Grandpa.
or some popcorn.
Some popcorn.
Mimi,
Make popcorn.
we can make popcorn. Yeah, sure can. We do have sourdough bread, and that's a nice little treat.
Yes.
With some almond butter and jelly.
Did bring the sourdough bread. It would be nice to have a little toaster.
Yeah, got to figure out. Well, we could toast it on the flame like you do camping.
True, you
Just
could.
Takes a minute.
That
Yeah.
wouldn't be ideal. I guess that's it. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, we're rambling, but we're having a great time. It's a blast. On a sailboat, cruising the intracoastal, taking it home, and we're living on it for this week, so it's amazing. It's real. If you want it, if you think it, say it, and walk towards it, it'll happen.
Anything is possible.
That's right.
Good night.
Good night.